May 20th, 2023. It's now 11:47 a.m. Bakhmut, eastern Ukraine. Wagner flag raised. City centre. Ruins complete. Buildings destroyed. Streets cratered. Infrastructure gone. Population 0. Pre-war 70,000. Now evacuated. Dead. Fled. City empty. Destroyed. Worthless. Wagner forces victorious. Technically. Cost catastrophic. 20,000 plus casualties. Estimated. Dead. Wounded. Missing. Everything. 10 months fighting. August 2022, May 2023. Longest battle. Bloodiest. Most brutal. Modern warfare. Since World War II. Arguably. City captured. Finally. But strategic value. None. Really? Bakhmut. No major crossroads. No critical infrastructure. No strategic position. Small city. Eastern Donbass. Symbolic. Not strategic. Wagner sacrificed. 20,000 plus fighters. 4 ruins. Nothing else. Russian regular army sacrificed additional thousands. Supporting. Combined 30,000 plus Russian casualties. Conservative estimate. Ukrainian losses. Heavy. 10,000, 15,000. Estimated. Both sides. Bled. Terribly. City worthless. Strategically. But consumed. Everything. Men. Equipment. Time. Political capital. Everything. This is Bakhmut. This is meat grinder. This is Pyrrhic victory. Where winning costs more than losing. Where capturing ruins means destroying army. Where tactical success equals strategic failure. Wagner raised flag. Bakhmut ruins. Victory hollow. Cost catastrophic. Lesson permanent. The meat grinder develops. August 2022. Wagner forces. Begin assault. Bakhmut. Small city. Donetsk Oblast. Initial attacks probing. Testing. Ukrainian defenses strong. Prepared. Fortified. City defendable. Urban terrain. Favors defenders. Always. Wagner pressing. Regardless. Orders capture Bakhmut. Any cost. Why? Strategic value minimal. Symbolic value significant. Russian propaganda. Needs victory. Any victory? Anywhere. Bakhmut selected. Target. Unfortunate. For everyone. Wagner tactics brutal. Simple. Human wave. Assault after assault. Casualties irrelevant. Progress minimal. Meters. Daily. Ukrainian defense professional. Inflicting maximum casualties. Minimal ground. Traded. September-October. Pattern established. Wagner attacks. Hundreds die. Meters gain. Ukrainian forces. Defend. Dozens die. Meters traded. Attrition. Mutual. Horrific. Sustainable. Neither side. But continues. Anyway. November-December. Winter. Fighting intensifies. Worse conditions. Same tactics. More deaths. City gradually consumed. Block by block. Building by building. Body by body. Everything. Destroyed. Slowly. Expensively. Inevitably. At 3:47 p.m. January 15th, 2023. 5 months into battle. Casualties mounting catastrophically. Wagner, 10,000 plus dead. Estimated. Conservative. Possibly more. Wounded. Double that. Maybe. Total casualties. 20,000, 30,000. 5 months. 1 small city. Russian regular forces supporting. Additional casualties. Thousands. Ukrainian forces. Suffering heavily. 5,000, 8,000 casualties. Estimated. 5 months. Still defending. Still inflicting. Maximum damage. Minimal retreat. January-April worst period. Fighting intensified. Wagner desperate. Pressure enormous. Prigozhin demanding. Ammunition. Reinforcements. Everything. Russian MOD providing. Reluctantly. Minimally. Tensions mounting. Within Russian command. Wagner versus regular army. Competition. Resentment. Everything. Dysfunction increasing. But fighting continues. Bakhmut consuming. Everything. Both sides. Relentlessly. April-May, final phase. Ukrainian forces withdrawing, gradually, controlled. Inflicting casualties. Trading space. Professional. Bakhmut falling. Inevitably. Wagner advancing. Expensively. May 20th, city centre. Captured. Wagner flag. Raised. Victory declared. Cost catastrophic. Value none. Bakhmut ruins. Wagner decimated. Victory Pyrrhic. Completely. This is MilFront. And what happened at Bakhmut wasn't strategic triumph or tactical masterpiece. Was catastrophic attritional battle, where Wagner forces captured strategically worthless city at cost of 20,000 plus casualties, demonstrating fundamental dysfunction in Russian military strategy and command. Where political pressure and symbolic necessity drove tactically suicidal assaults, achieving hollow victory at catastrophic cost. Where Ukrainian defense inflicted maximum casualties, buying strategic time elsewhere, while Wagner bled into ruins for propaganda value. Where 10-month battle consumed armies, achieving nothing strategically, while proving everything about Russian military dysfunction.
The question isn't whether Bakhmut was captured. Obviously was. Question is why Wagner sacrificed 20,000 plus fighters for worthless ruins, whether tactical victory justified strategic cost, and what Bakhmut reveals about modern warfare where political necessity drives military absurdity, achieving Pyrrhic victories that destroy attacking forces while defending forces trade space for enemy blood strategically. Official Russian statements about Bakhmut. Triumphant. Great victory. Strategic success. Liberating Bakhmut. Everything. Propaganda. Maximum. Reality. Different. Strategic value. Minimal. Cost. Catastrophic. 20,000 plus Wagner casualties. Thousands more regular forces.
Ammunition expended enormously. Time 10 months. Result ruins. Captured. Nothing else. Statements couldn't acknowledge. Cost dysfunction. Futility. Everything. Better celebrate. Propaganda victory. Ignore. Strategic emptiness. Catastrophic cost. Everything. Real. Russian military. New. Reality. Bakhmut. Disaster. Dressed as victory. Propaganda. Necessary. Truth. Suppressed. Reality. Undeniable. Eventually. Ukrainian statements about Bakhmut. Strategic. Measured. Defending as long as strategically viable. Accurate. Inflicting maximum casualties. True. Trading space for Russian blood. Exactly. Ukrainian command. Understood. Bakhmut. Not strategic anchor. Defendable position. Inflicting disproportionate casualties. Wagner. Attacking. Inefficiently. Expensively. Stupidly.
Ukrainian strategy. Exploit. Defend. Inflict. Withdraw. Eventually. When cost-benefit shifts. May 2023. Withdrawal. Controlled. Professional. Losses heavy, but acceptable. Strategic purpose achieved. Wagner bled catastrophically. Ukrainian forces preserved. Combat effective. Ready. Elsewhere. Statements honest. Strategic. Professional. Bakhmut understood correctly. Defended appropriately. Abandoned timely. Everything. Professional.
Strategic. Correct. Stay with me. Because the detail that explains catastrophic cost, why 20,000 plus Wagner casualties, is going to show you that combination of tactical incompetence, political pressure, and institutional dysfunction created perfect conditions for meat grinder. Tactical incompetence, Wagner tactics, human wave, frontal assault, minimal artillery, limited combined arms, everything. Brutal, simple, ineffective, costly. Urban warfare requires combined arms, artillery support, infantry coordination, air support, everything. Wagner lacked. Most used human waves. Instead, result predictable. Catastrophic casualties. Minimal progress. Ukrainian defenders professional. Prepared. Equipped. Everything. Advantage. Exploited. Maximum casualties. Inflicted. Minimal ground. Traded. Tactical incompetence. Wagner. Enabled. Ukrainian effectiveness. Political pressure. Prigozhin. Needed. Victory. Propaganda. Profile. Everything. Political. Not military. Bakhmut. Selected. Not strategic value. But achievable. Eventually.
Through sufficient sacrifice. Political necessity drove. Military absurdity. 20,000 plus casualties. Acceptable. Politically. Catastrophic. Militarily. Dysfunction. Russian command. Wagner versus MOD. Competition. Not cooperation. Ammunition. Rationed. Spitefully. Support. Minimal. Deliberately. Dysfunction. Increased. Wagner casualties. Unnecessarily. Beyond. Tactical incompetence. Added. Institutional sabotage. Everything. Combined. Created. Perfect meat grinder. Wagner. Ground. Ukrainian defense. Grinder. Bakhmut. Result. 20,000 plus casualties. Ruins captured. Victory. Pyrrhic. Lesson. Permanent. Let's establish what Bakhmut battle actually was. Scope. Cost. Results. Bakhmut strategic value. City. Small. 70,000 pre-war population. Location. Eastern Donbass. Near Donetsk. Not critical crossroads. Not major infrastructure. Not strategic position. Really. Symbolic. Yes. Russian propaganda. Needed. Victory. Something. Anything. Strategic. No. Capturing Bakhmut changes nothing. Operationally. Opens. No major advances. Threatens. Nothing critical. Value. Symbolic only. Cost. Catastrophic. 20,000 plus Wagner. Thousands regular Russian. Heavy Ukrainian. Everything. For symbolic victory. Strategically worthless. Bakhmut. Perfect example. Political necessity. Driving military absurdity. Results. Catastrophic. Wagner forces and tactics. Wagner Group. Private military. Russian. Prigozhin. Leader. Recruited. Prison inmates. Criminals. Promised freedom. For service. Training. Minimal. Equipment adequate. Basic. Tactics. Human wave. Frontal assault. Minimal artillery. Poor coordination. Everything brutal. Simple. Ineffective. Against urban defences. Professional defenders. Modern weapons. Results. Catastrophic casualties. Wagner sacrificed. 20,000 plus fighters. 10 months. One city. Tactics responsible. Largely. Incompetence obvious. Casualties predictable. Victory expensive. Absurdly. Ukrainian defense strategy. Strategy clear. Bakhmut. Not strategic anchor, but defendable. Urban terrain. Prepared positions. Everything. Defender advantage. Purpose. Inflict maximum casualties. Wagner. Attacking. Stupidly. Expensively. Ukrainian forces. Exploit. Defend. Kill. Trade space. Eventually. Withdraw. Timely. Before. Encirclement. After strategic purpose achieved. Wagner bled catastrophically. Execution professional. Defensive positions prepared. Weapons modern. Western supplied. Javelin. NLO. Artillery. Everything. Effective. Lethal. Defenders motivated. Trained. Professional. Inflicting disproportionate casualties. Ukrainian losses. Heavy. 10,000, 15,000. Estimated. But acceptable. Strategic context. Wagner losses. Catastrophic. 20,000 plus. Unacceptable. Any context. Ukrainian strategy. Succeeded. Wagner bled. Bakhmut eventually abandoned. Timely. Professional. Correct. Battle phases August 2022. May 2023. August, October 2022. Initial assaults. Wagner probing. Testing. Ukrainian defenses strong. Progress minimal. Casualties mounting. November-December, winter fighting. Intensified. Conditions, terrible. Casualties, worse. Progress, meters. Daily. Costs, hundreds. Dead. Both sides. January-March 2023, peak intensity. Wagner, desperate. Pressure, maximum. Casualties, catastrophic. Progress, continued. Slow. Expensive. April-May, final phase. Ukrainian withdrawing. Controlled. Wagner advancing. Expensively. May 20th, city centre captured. Victory declared. Pyrrhic. Obviously. 10 months. Total. Casualties. 20,000 plus Wagner. 30,000 plus total Russian. 10,000, 15,000 Ukrainian. City, ruins. Value, none. Cost, everything. 3 questions from the beginning. Time to answer them. Why did Wagner sacrifice 20,000 plus fighters for worthless ruins? Political necessity, not military logic. Prigozhin, needed. Victory. Profile. Political power. Everything. Military, irrelevant. Strategic value, irrelevant. Cost, acceptable. To Prigozhin. His fighters, expendable. Prison recruits, criminals, not professional soldiers. Valued minimally. Sacrificed readily. For political gain. Propaganda victory. Everything. Additionally, institutional dysfunction. Wagner versus MOD. Competition. Prigozhin, needed. Independent success. Prove Wagner capability. Russian military, inadequacy. Everything. Political, not strategic. Bakhmut, selected. Not strategic value, but achievable. Through sufficient sacrifice. 20,000 plus casualties. Acceptable cost. For political victory. Propaganda triumph. Strategic absurdity. Complete. Wagner sacrificed for politics, not strategy. Bakhmut proves. Did tactical victory justify strategic cost? No. Obviously. Strategically, Bakhmut worthless. Capturing changes nothing. Opens no advances. Threatens nothing. Value symbolic only. Cost catastrophic. 20,000 plus Wagner dead. Thousands more Russian. Heavy Ukrainian. Ammunition enormous. Time 10 months. Resources massive. Result ruins. Captured. Strategic impact none. Really? Tactical victory yes. City captured. Strategic cost unjustifiable. Completely. Wagner decimated. Combat effectiveness destroyed. Future operations impossible. Short term. Prigozhin mutinied. June 2023. Month later. Wagner broken. Bakhmut contributed. Casualty rates unsustainable. Morale collapsed. Everything. Tactical victory achieved. Strategic cost catastrophic. Justifiable. Never. Bakhmut perfect example. Pyrrhic victory. Definition. Complete. What does Bakhmut reveal about modern warfare? That political necessity drives military absurdity when institutional dysfunction prevents rational strategic thought. Russian system allowed. Bakhmut disaster. Political pressure. Prigozhin. Needed victory. Institutional dysfunction. Wagner versus MOD. Competition. Rational strategy. Impossible. Result. 20,000 plus casualties. Worthless ruins. Pyrrhic victory. Additionally, urban warfare reality. Defenders. Advantaged. Attackers. Suffer. Without proper tactics. Combined arms. Everything. Wagner lacked. Suffered. Catastrophically. Modern warfare requires professional forces, rational strategy, combined arms, everything. Wagner lacked. All. Result predictable. Bakhmut demonstrates. Political wars create. Military disasters. Institutional dysfunction enables. Strategic absurdity. Urban warfare punishes. Tactical incompetence. Mercilessly. Everything. Bakhmut teaching. Permanently. Modern warfare. Lessons. Expensive. Bloody. Permanent. The lesson from Bakhmut is that political necessity driving military strategy without institutional checks creates catastrophic Pyrrhic victories where tactical success costs more than strategic value gained. Wagner sacrificed 20,000 plus fighters capturing strategically worthless city because political pressure and institutional dysfunction override rational military thought. Prigozhin needed victory, propaganda, political power, everything. Military irrelevant, strategic value, irrelevant cost, acceptable to him, fighters,
expendable prison recruits, criminals readily sacrificed for political gain. Ukrainian strategy exploited Wagner incompetence, defended professionally, inflicted maximum casualties. Traded space, eventually withdrew. Timely controlled professional strategic purpose, achieved. Wagner bled catastrophically.
10 months fighting, August 2022, May 2023, longest bloodiest battle. Modern warfare since World War II, arguably 20,000 plus Wagner casualties, 30,000 plus total Russian, 10,000 to 15,000. Ukrainian city destroyed completely. Population evacuated, dead, fled, infrastructure gone, strategic value, none, political value, significant Russian propaganda. Wagner raised flag May 20th, 2023. Victory declared, cost, catastrophic value, hollow. Modern warfare lesson, political necessity without institutional checks creates military disasters. Institutional dysfunction. Wagner versus MOD competition sabotage enabled catastrophic casualties. Urban warfare without proper tactics. Combined arms. Everything brutal, costly, ineffective. Wagner human wave, frontal assault, minimal support, everything predictable, catastrophic. Bakhmut teaches political wars create military absurdities. Institutional dysfunction enables strategic failures. Urban warfare punishes tactical incompetence mercilessly. Everything demonstrated Bakhmut perfectly, completely, permanently. This is MilFront. We analyze modern warfare lessons. Bakhmut exemplifies Pyrrhic victory. Wagner forces captured strategically worthless city, catastrophic cost. 20,000 plus casualties, 10 months fighting, August 2022, May 2023. Political necessity. Prigozhin needed victory. Propaganda profile political power drove military absurdity, institutional dysfunction. Wagner versus Russian MOD competition. Not cooperation, ammunition. Rationed support. Minimal, deliberately, everything sabotaged internally. Tactical incompetence, Wagner human wave assaults, frontal attacks, minimal artillery, poor coordination against urban defences, professional Ukrainian defenders, modern weapons, everything resulted predictable, catastrophic casualties. Ukrainian strategy clear, Bakhmut not strategic anchor, defendable position, inflict maximum casualties. Wagner attacking, stupidly, expensively exploit, defend, kill, trade, space, withdraw timely, professional execution. Defended professionally, prepared positions, modern weapons, Western supplied. Javelin NLW artillery, everything effective, lethal, inflicting disproportionate casualties. Ukrainian losses, heavy 10,000 to 15,000, estimated acceptable strategic context. Wagner losses catastrophic 20,000 plus unacceptable any context. May 20th, Wagner flag raised, city centre ruins, complete buildings, destroyed streets, cratered infrastructure, gone population. Zero victory declared, cost, catastrophic value, none strategic impact, zero captured ruins, mean nothing operationally. Month later, June 2023. Prigozhin mutinied, Wagner broken Bakhmut, contributed casualty rates, unsustainable morale collapsed, everything tactical victory achieved strategic. Bakhmut demonstrates political necessity driving military absurdity, institutional dysfunction, preventing rational strategy, urban warfare punishing tactical incompetence. Everything combined, perfect meat grinder, 20,000 plus casualties, ruins, captured victory, Pyrrhic lesson, permanent modern warfare, teaching political wars create military. Disasters, institutional dysfunction enables strategic failures. Urban warfare, merciless tactical incompetence. Everything Bakhmut proved completely permanently teaching. Forever modern warfare. Subscribe to MilFront. Understanding modern warfare requires understanding Bakhmut lessons. Political necessity drove military absurdity. Prigozhin needed victory, propaganda, not strategy. Bakhmut selected not strategic value, but achievable through sufficient sacrifice. 20,000 plus casualties acceptable. Politically catastrophic militarily. Institutional dysfunction, Wagner versus MOD competition sabotage. Ammunition ration support. Minimal, deliberately casualties. Increased unnecessarily beyond tactical incompetence. Added institutional sabotage, everything combined. Perfect disaster. Tactical incompetence, Wagner human wave frontal. Assault minimal support. Urban warfare requires combined arms, artillery coordination, air support. Everything Wagner lacked used human waves, result predictable. Catastrophic casualties, minimal progress. Ukrainian defense professional prepared modern weapons. Everything advantage. Exploited maximum casualties. Inflicted minimal ground. Traded strategy. Succeeded Wagner. Bled Bakhmut. Eventually abandoned timely. 10 months. August 2022. May 2023, longest, bloodiest modern. Battle 20,000 plus Wagner, 30,000 plus total Russian 10,000 to 15,000. Ukrainian city destroyed, strategic value, none political value, significant propaganda. Lesson clear: political wars without institutional checks create military disasters, institutional dysfunction, enables strategic absurdity. Urban warfare punishes tactical incompetence mercilessly. Pyrrhic victories destroy attacking forces while achieving nothing strategically. Bakhmut, perfect example, complete demonstration, permanent teaching study. Learn, remember, modern. Warfare, political necessity, institutional dysfunction, tactical incompetence combine, catastrophic results. Bakhmut proved 20,000 plus casualties. Ruins, captured victory, hollow cost, catastrophic lesson, permanent. Real battles, real tactics, real consequences. Stay vigilant.